Breaking news: Xiao Zhan's mother and Yang Yibo clash at hospital. Heated argument leaves fans divided. In the glittering world of Chinese entertainment where stars are worshipped like royalty and fans hang on every gesture, a sudden tempest has shaken the calm. The serene hospital corridors where healing and hope usually reside recently witnessed an explosive confrontation involving two of China's most beloved figures, Xiao Zhan's mother and Yang Yibo. The news broke like wildfire. The two met in a place where emotions are already heightened, yet their clash sent shockwaves that rippled across social media, fan forums, and even mainstream news outlets. The fans are polarized, and the drama has only just begun. Let us take you behind the scenes of this astonishing encounter that has left the entertainment world breathless. A hospital visit turned showdown. It was supposed to be an ordinary day. Xiao Zhan's mother had visited the hospital for a routine health checkup. The air was crisp with a sterile scent of antiseptic, and patients milled quietly in the waiting areas. The usual hum of hushed conversations and distant beeps of machines created an atmosphere of calm. But fate had other plans. Yang Yibo, who was reportedly visiting a close friend undergoing treatment, entered the same ward. The moment the two crossed paths, a tension invisible to most was instantly palpable to those nearby. Witnesses described a charged exchange of glances before words were spoken. The initial confrontation. Sparks fly. Eyewitnesses recount how the atmosphere shifted rapidly from polite acknowledgement to sharp barbs exchanged across the sterile hallway. Xiao Zhan's mother, known for her dignified demeanor in public appearances, was seen standing tall, but her eyes flashed with unmistakable fire. Yang Yibo, equally composed yet visibly unyielding, met her gaze squarely. One onlooker overheard the beginning of their confrontation. "You should remember your place," Xiao Zhan's mother reportedly said, her voice low but piercing. Yang Yibo's response was cool and measured. "Respect is earned, not demanded." From there, the words escalated into a volley of pointed accusations and defensive retorts. The hospital staff tried discreetly to intervene, but the intensity only grew. The surrounding patients and visitors soon became an unintended audience to this high-stakes drama unfolding in a place designed for healing rather than conflict. The heart of the dispute: family versus fame. While neither party publicly disclosed the exact reasons for their clash, insiders familiar with the situation suggest a long-standing rivalry had simmered beneath the surface. Sources say that Xiao Zhan's family and Yang Yibo's camp have had subtle tensions related to past professional overlaps, fan-based skirmishes, and alleged misunderstandings during previous collaborations. One close friend of Yang Yibo revealed that the artist has felt increasingly frustrated by rumors and fan wars that often involve his name unfairly dragged into conflicts. Meanwhile, Xiao Zhan's mother, fiercely protective of her son's reputation, has been known to step in personally when she perceives any slight or misrepresentation. It is said that this clash was the tipping point after months of simmering grievances. Witnesses recall a moment of raw emotion. Among those present was a nurse who had just finished her shift and happened to be nearby during the confrontation. She shared, "I have never seen two people so passionate and unafraid to speak their minds in such a place. It was shocking but also strangely human. There was pain and frustration beneath the anger." She described how Xiao Zhan's mother's voice, though steady, held an edge of desperation, a plea to be heard beyond the public's gaze. Yang Yibo, on the other hand, was described as resolute, as if every word was carefully chosen to set boundaries and reclaim dignity. Fans and media explode into action. Once news of the clash leaked, social media exploded with reactions. The hashtag Hospital Showdown trended for hours, with fans passionately choosing sides. Xiao Zhan's supporters praised his mother's courage, hailing her as a warrior defending her family's honor. Yang Yibo's fans, meanwhile, rallied behind the star's composed yet firm stance, calling for understanding and calling out perceived provocations. Celebrities and commentators also weighed in, some calling for calm and privacy in what they described as a sensitive family matter. Mainstream media, recognizing the explosive nature of the story, began to cover the event extensively, fueling debates about celebrity privacy and public scrutiny. The cultural undercurrents: respect, honor, and public image. This conflict is more than a simple disagreement. It touches deeply on Chinese cultural values where respect for family and public image intertwine closely. For Xiao Zhan's mother, the fight seemed rooted in a protective instinct, defending not only her son's name but also the dignity of their family. Yang Yibo's measured responses reflect a different aspect, an insistence on personal respect and professional boundaries. The public is witnessing a collision of these values amplified by the glare of fame. Behind the scenes, the industry watches. Insiders report that this incident has sparked private discussions among producers, agencies, and other artists about managing conflicts discreetly. One agency executive commented, "The entertainment industry is a small world. These stars carry heavy responsibilities and their families often become unwilling participants in the drama." Meanwhile, both stars have remained silent publicly, prompting speculation about behind-the-scenes negotiations or attempts at reconciliation. The emotional toll: human stories behind the headlines. Amid the frenzy, it is important to remember that beyond the cameras and fans lie real people grappling with complex emotions. Xiao Zhan's mother's fierce loyalty speaks to a parent's unconditional love and desire to shield her child from harm. Yang Yibo's composed firmness reveals an artist striving to protect his own identity and boundaries amid overwhelming pressure. Their confrontation, as heated as it was, reminds us of the humanity behind the headlines. What comes next? As the dust settles, all eyes remain on Xiao Zhan and Yang Yibo for their next moves. Will there be a public statement to calm fans? Could this clash mark the start of a deeper rift or a catalyst for understanding and healing? The entertainment world waits with bated breath. Final thoughts. In a realm where image is everything and every word is dissected, the clash between Xiao Zhan's mother and Yang Yibo serves as a dramatic reminder that beneath the fame and fortune are families, emotions, and conflicts as real and raw as any of us experience. While fans remain divided, one thing is clear: this unforgettable hospital showdown has forever marked their stories and the lives they touch. The hospital visit turned showdown, when calm shattered. The hospital is a place where time slows, where the outside world's noise fades to a distant hum and the only focus is healing. White walls, polished floors, the faint scent of antiseptic lingering in the air. Patients and their loved ones move quietly, some hopeful, some weary. It was within these hushed halls that an unexpected storm was about to break. Xiao Zhan's mother entered the hospital that morning with a quiet determination. Her steps were measured but confident as she walked through the automatic doors. Her face, usually soft and reserved, was set in a steady calm that betrayed none of the turmoil she would soon find herself in. She was here for a routine checkup. Nothing more. Meanwhile, just a few hallways away, Yang Yibo had arrived. His presence was less conspicuous, though to those who know him well, there was a certain aura of controlled energy that followed him like a shadow. Yang Yibo was visiting a close friend undergoing treatment. His eyes were alert, scanning the surroundings with an intensity that belied his calm exterior. The paths of these two worlds, so carefully curated and usually kept at a polite distance, were about to collide. The first glance, a moment charged with unspoken history. Their eyes met by chance near the waiting area for outpatient services. It was a fleeting moment, but the air between them seemed to crackle. Xiao Zhan's mother was the first to break the silence. Her gaze was sharp, almost challenging. "Yang Yibo," she said, her voice low but firm, carrying a weight that made nearby visitors turn their heads discreetly. Yang Yibo returned her gaze, without flinching. "Mrs. Xiao," he replied calmly, yet there was a steel beneath the words. "It's been a while." The two stood there, a few steps apart, like two seasoned warriors circling each other before the battle begins. Neither moved to retreat. Onlookers caught a glimpse of the tension rippling beneath the surface. Was this chance, or had fate conspired to bring these two together at this exact moment? The quiet before the storm. For a moment, silence hung heavy between them. The faint murmur of hospital life resumed, but around the pair, it felt like the world had paused. Then Xiao Zhan's mother spoke again, her tone icy. "I heard about your latest comments," she said slowly, each word carefully enunciated. "I expected better from you." Yang Yibo's eyes narrowed. "I speak only my truth," he replied evenly. "If that upsets people, that is not my burden to carry." A few feet away, a group of elderly patients watched the exchange with wide eyes. Whispered questions floated in the air. Who are these people? What is this about? But the two figures remained locked in a verbal duel only they fully understood. Voices rising, words cutting sharp. What started as a low exchange quickly escalated. Xiao Zhan's mother's voice gained strength, sharp like a whip cracking in the stillness. "Your behavior has hurt many," she accused. "And yet you continue to act as if above reproach." Yang Yibo's jaw tightened. "I owe no one an explanation," he said firmly. "Especially not when accusations are based on assumptions and hearsay." Suddenly, a nurse approached, trying to intervene gently. "Please, this is a hospital," she said softly. "We ask that you keep your voices down for the sake of other patients." Neither listened. The words flowed faster now, barbs and counterpoints volleying back and forth. "You have forgotten respect," Xiao Zhan's mother said, her eyes glinting with a fierce protectiveness. "You may be famous, but you will never surpass the honor of a family." Yang Yibo laughed bitterly, a sound without humor. "Honor does not come from name or fame," he said. "It comes from actions and integrity." The nearby visitors felt the temperature of the room rise with every syllable. A witness to the clash. The nurse's perspective. Li Mei had just finished her night shift when she found herself caught in the middle of this unexpected storm. "I was walking down the corridor when I heard voices," she recalled later. "At first, I thought it was a misunderstanding, maybe a family dispute. But when I saw who it was, I was shocked." Li Mei described the scene vividly, the unmistakable determination in Xiao Zhan's mother's posture, the calm, yet unyielding gaze of Yang Yibo. "Neither would back down," she said. You could see years of frustration and hurt packed into every word. She also noticed something else, a deep undercurrent of sorrow. "This was not just anger," Li Mei said. "There was pain, disappointment, and a desperate need to be understood." The turning point, when words became weapon and shield. As the argument intensified, an elderly patient nearby suddenly coughed harshly. The tension snapped briefly as both parties turned, concern flickering across their faces. It was a stark reminder of where they were, a place meant for care, not conflict. For a split second, the atmosphere softened. Xiao Zhan's mother's eyes softened, just for a moment. "I only want what is best," she said quietly. Yang Yibo nodded once, curtly. "So do I." But even as the words hung between them, the unspoken rift remained. The aftermath, lingering tension and silent promises. The confrontation ended without resolution. Both turned away, their faces unreadable as they retreated into different wings of the hospital. Those who witnessed it left with a mixture of awe and confusion. What had started as a routine day had turned into a moment of raw human emotion, a rare glimpse behind the carefully managed facades of fame. For fans, this was a revelation. For the stars themselves, it was a reminder that beneath the glamour and headlines lie complex stories of loyalty, pride, and pain. The waiting game. What comes next? The hospital encounter has only deepened the mystery surrounding their relationship. Will they address this publicly? Or will this clash mark the beginning of a silent war fought through the press and fan bases? One thing is certain, their next moves will be watched with intense scrutiny. The industry and the fans alike are holding their breath, waiting for the next chapter in this unfolding drama. So once again, from all of us at K-Romance Central, thank you for joining us on this journey. If this story touched your heart, if it made you believe in love again, or if you just want to stay updated on every twist in this breathtaking saga, backhand index pointing right, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification button for more juicy K-drama updates. Because this is K-Romance Central, and here, we don't just report stories. We bring the romance to life. Sparkling Heart.